Explore Electronics YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in the previous video, we have already completed module 4. So from today's video, that is from this video, I am going to start with module 5, that is structures, union, enumerations and typedef. And it contains only one chapter and these are the topics we have to cover. We will cover it in upcoming videos. So in this video, I am going to cover the topic called the structures. Now, before we start the actual concept, make sure you have your notebook and pen ready. Note down the key points as we go along. This notes will really help you during your exams and serve as quick revision keynote later. Fine. Now, let us move on to today's first concept is the introduction. We will start with introduction and later move on to the actual concept. Fine. In C language, it gives the 5 ways to create a custom data type. We will study one by one, and the first one is structures. Here, which is a grouping of variables under one name and is called an aggregate data type. In the upcoming concept, we will study how to declare that structure, initialize also. This concept we will study in the next, right? And the second one is union. Here, which enables the same piece of memory to be defined as two or more different types of variables. That is union. And the third one is the bit field. Here, which is a special type of structure or union element that allows easy access to individual bits. In the name itself, this is bit field, means it allows access to individual bits. And the fourth one is enumerations. Here it is a list of named integer constants. And the last one is the typedef keyword. Here it defines a new name for an existing type. What it does, it defines a new name for an existing type. That for that purpose we will use typedef keyword. Now each of these features is described in this chapter. Now let us see one by one. First we will start with structure. Structures. Now let us see first definition of structures first. Here structure is a collection of variables referenced under one name, providing a convenient means of keeping related information together. That we call it as structures, and it is a definition. Please make a point. They may ask in a question. And then second one is the structure declaration forms a template that can be used to create structure objects. Means we can create or we can call it as instance of a structures or objects of a structures. The variables that make up the structures are called members. Means what variables we use in a creating a structures that we call it as members. Here the structure members are also commonly referred to as elements of fields. Elements of fields. Please, this is the definition. They may ask definition in your exam. So please take down the point. And next, usually the members of a structure are logically related. For example, the name and address information in a mailing list would normally be represented in a structure. Fine. Now, the following code fragment shows how to declare a structure that defines the name and address fields. The keyword struct tells the compiler that the structure is being declared. Means for structures in a program, we will use the keyword called struct. Now, this is the theory part. Now, let us understand with the programming. Means how we will declare a structure. This is a structure declaration syntax, or an example we can say here struct. It is a keyword. I will mention it as KW and ADDR, that is structure tag. And here we have already listed all the things under ADDR. Okay, here and we have also mentioned that data type. Here character and here also character and unsigned long string. And also we have mentioned the size like 30, 40, 30 and 3. After listing all the things, we have enclosed with the curly braces and with the semicolon. This is the structure declaration. And here you can observe after each statement we have we have used semicolon because structure declarations acts like statements. So we have ended with the semicolon, right? Here, what I have explained, same thing I have given the points over here. The declaration is terminated by a semicolon. This is because a structure declaration is a statement. And the second point is also structure tag, that is address. This one identifies this particular data structure and this its type specifier. Fine. Here see the type specifier. At this point, no variable has actually been created. Only the form of data has been defined. When you declare a structure, you are defining an aggregate type, not a variable. This is very important. Here what all we have listed, here it is only like no variable actually being created, like we are only specifying the form of data, means we are defining only the form of data but no actual variable is created over here. Not until you declare a variable of that type does not one actually exist. Then how to declare a variable? Let us see that with an example. To declare a variable of type address, we have to write here struct addr and address info. What does it do? Here, this declares a variable of type addr called address info. Thus, here address describes the form of a structure, means its type, and address info is an instance, means we can call it as object also of the structure. Fine. Now, when the structure variables means here is an example like such as address info based on the previous example is declared, the compiler automatically allocates sufficient memory to accommodate all of its members. Here, figure below shows how address info appears in memory, assuming 4-byte long integers. Here, see, this is an like same thing example, but I have included here variables name. The difference between the previous one and this one. Here, the structure type like addr and declares variables. As I said, addr info, binfo, synfo. These are all variables, and it is important to understand that each structure variables contain its own copies of structure members. Here, for example, the zip field. Here, see, the zip field of binfo is separate, means it belongs to this one, is separate, and the distinct from the zip field of synfo, means zip field of synfo is different, and changes to zip in binfo do not. For example, it affects the zinfo, means if we say, let me tell, zip binfo and zip synfo, let me take that, this both are not equal. Okay, that means we can say that it is important to understand that each structure variable contains its own copies of structure members. That's why here both the things are different, not the same. That's what they are trying to tell. Let me erase this so you'll get some clarity. I hope you understood this point. Now this is a like structure memory. Say here 30 bytes, and street, and it is of 40 bytes, and city, it is of 20 bytes, and state, when it comes to 3 byte. Unsigned longing, the size is always 4 bytes. So this is the address info structure in memory. This is a schematic or a diagram. Fine. Now you have understood like how to declare by structure using the three variables, right? Now, how to declare a structure if only one variable is present? Now let us see with an example. See here, if you need only one structure variable, the structure tag is not needed. This means that, like here is an example, only one variable is used. You can observe over here, that is address information, only one variable, and here the structure tag is removed. It is removed, right? You can observe here, that's why I'm writing removed. Means if we are using only one structure variable, then no need to use structure tag for that. You can eliminate that. It is not required. In the previous example, they have written like address ADDR, right? This is structure tag. But in this example, they have removed because as only one structure variable is used. And here it declares one variable named address information as defined by structure preceding it. Now, this is a general syntax. It is very, very important. Please make a point. The structure declaration, the general form, here struct, that keyword, tag, that is structure tag, and open the braces, the type, member name, and the respective type. If I consider the name, its respective type is character, and it should be ended with semicolon. If you miss semicolon, the compiler indicates as error. Right? After listing all the things, you have to mention the structure variables. Here, it is very important to note down whether where either tag or structure variables may be omitted, but not both. Means either you can eliminate this one or this one, but not both. Means you have to use either tag or structure variables. In this two, one should be compulsorily present. And I hope you understood this. Let us move on. Next one, how to access structure members now. Now we have understood how to declare a structure. And that's for three variables. And what happens when we want to declare a one variable also we have seen and got to know. Now let us see how to access the structure members. Okay, for that we will use the dot operator. Here, individual members of a structure are accessed using the dot operator. The general form is the syntax to access a structure is object name dot member name. Here is an example to assign a value to the zip field of structure variable that is address info. We will use address info dot zip that is 12345 and to display. Now it is for assigning and for display what we have to write here print book LU that is listed one and then address info zip to display the value. You have to mention like this. And strings and character access. Now, how to do that? If a structure member is an array, you can pass it to functions like gets. Means gets address info dot name. In this way, you can access the that is structure member if it is an array. This passes a character pointer to the start of the name member. Right? Now, indexing individual elements. Now you have learned about accessing one. Now, how it index the elements. Now, to access a specific character within the structure array, place the subscript after the element's name. Here, address info dot name plus that is semicolon plus the. This is also same and this is also same. That is post increment and pre increment. Fine. And this is a code part to indexing of individual elements. Here the key distinction is pointer address info is the name of the entire structure object. Name is an element of that structure. The rule is always index the member, not the structure variable. It is very important. We have to index only the members, not the structure variables. That means if you consider this, let me write structure. Okay, this is the keyword, right? Here I will list the members and this is the variables. I'll mention it as We should always index these members. Means the between the flower braces, we have to index only this one, but we should not index the structure variables. For this, we should not do. For only the members, we can index. Right? Then structure assignments. Here, the information in one structure can be assigned to another structure of same type using a single assignment statement. Means if this one structure information can be assigned to another structure. The only condition is it should be of same type. What is its benefit then? Here you do not need to assign the value of each member separately. Fine. Here is the example code. In the next slide, I will show the example. But here, after the assignment y is equal to x, all values stored in x are copied into the corresponding y. means X to Y copies. As I used assignment operator. Now let us see the code first. This is the code. See here, this is a structure declaration part and this is a structure variables and here I am accessing the value and here it assign a one structure to the another. See here x value is 10. I am assigning 10 to y. What should it display? It displays as 10. Right? Now, after this, like to summarize all the things, I have mentioned tabulated in a tabular column, assigning a value. We will use like the syntax example and to read a value, this one, and to accessing array index, we will use this syntax and cloning a structure, we will use this one. This is like overall summary to make you understand, right? That's all for today's video. Now, the thing is asked to you, that is, it is a quiz time. Now, the question is for the day is which keyword is used to define a structure in C? Here are the four options. Pause the video or take a screenshot, think about it, and drop your answers in a comment section. Let me see how many of you will go right. Fine, this is the question for the day, and the exam tip for the day is always remember the syntax of structure and practice writing small programs. Understanding how to declare, initialize, and access structure members using dot operator can help you score easy marks in exams. Fine. In this video, we have already covered like declaration, initialization, and how to access the structure members also. If you in the previous slide also I have given a tabulated summary table, right? You can take that screenshot and start practicing a small program. Then it is easy for you to understand and write in your exams. This is the exam tip for the day. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you all are enjoyed. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Explore Electronics YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.